It was a cold and moonless night in the heart of the Caribbean. I found myself walking alone on a desolate path, the only sound being the eerie rustle of leaves in the wind. A sense of unease crept over me as I ventured deeper into the dense Jamaican countryside. Little did I know that this night would bring a spine-chilling encounter with a creature straight out of local folklore, the dreaded rolling calf. As I continued my solitary trek, the familiar sounds of nature fell silent. The air became thick and heavy, making it difficult to breathe. My heart quickened its pace, sensing an invisible danger lurking nearby. My eyes darted around, searching for any signs of movement, but the darkness was impenetrable. It was then that I heard it, a low, guttural moan that sent shivers down my spine. A frisson of fear coursed through my veins as I remembered the tales I had heard about the rolling calf. According to local legends, it was the spirit of a wicked soul who had made a pact with the devil. The creature was said to possess immense power, appearing as a calf with fiery red eyes and dragging chains behind it as it roamed the night. It was a malevolent being, haunting those unfortunate enough to cross its path. Suddenly the air grew colder, and a dense fog enveloped the landscape. Panic set in as I realized I had stumbled upon the lair of the rolling calf. My legs felt heavy, as if an invisible force was trying to prevent me from escaping. Desperation consumed me, but I knew I had to gather my courage and find a way to survive this encounter. With each cautious step, I navigated through the fog, relying on instinct alone. The sound of chains dragging against the ground reverberated through the night, growing louder with each passing moment. It was as if the creature was taunting me, relishing in the fear it instilled. I tried to quicken my pace, but the rolling mist seemed to slow my progress. I could hear the thud of my heart pounding in my ears, drowning out all other sounds. In a moment of terror, I tripped and fell to the ground. As I struggled to regain my composure, I noticed a pair of fiery red eyes glaring at me from the shadows. The rolling calf had found me. My body froze as the creature emerged from the darkness, its enormous form looming over me. Its red eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, filled with a malevolence that pierced my soul. Chains clanked and rattled with every movement, emphasizing the creature's terrifying presence. With an unholy voice, the rolling calf spoke, its words a chilling whisper in the night. "You have trespassed into my domain, mortal. Prepare to face your fate." I mustered every ounce of courage within me and pleaded for mercy, hoping that somehow I could escape its clutches. But the rolling calf had no mercy to offer. It lunged forward, its fiery eyes fixed upon me, and I knew that this was the end. In that moment of despair, a burst of unexpected bravery surged through me. I remembered a story my grandmother had once told me, a tale of how one could repel the rolling calf. She had mentioned a powerful incantation, passed down through generations, that could weaken the creature's hold. Summoning all my will, I began to recite the ancient words, my voice trembling but determined. The creature recoiled, its grip on reality faltering. The chains that bound it began to loosen, and the fiery eyes dimmed. It writhed in pain and frustration, unable to comprehend how a mere mortal could resist its power. Seizing the opportunity, I scrambled to my feet and ran as fast as my trembling legs could carry me. Behind me, the rolling calf let out a blood-curdling scream, but I did not dare look back. I pushed through the fog, stumbling and gasping for breath, until I finally reached the safety of a nearby village. As I collapsed onto the ground, the realization of what I had just survived washed over me. The rolling calf, a creature of nightmares, had been vanquished by sheer will and the ancient incantation. Though forever scarred by the encounter, I had emerged victorious. From that night onward, I carried the weight of the rolling calf's presence within me. The memory of its fiery eyes haunted my dreams, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked in the shadows. But with each passing day I grew stronger, knowing that I had faced true terror and lived to tell the tale. And so I share my story, a cautionary tale for those who dare venture into the unknown. Beware the rolling calf, for it is a creature born of darkness, waiting to ensnare the unwary traveler. The night may be long and treacherous, but with courage and a hint of ancient wisdom, one can defy even the most sinister of nightmares. The moon hung high in the night sky, casting an eerie glow over the Jamaican countryside. I was walking home along a lonely path, my heart pounding with each step. The wind whispered through the trees, rustling the leaves and adding an ominous undertone to the darkness. My senses were on high alert, as if some unseen danger lurked nearby. As I continued my journey, a chilling gust of wind swept through the air, causing the hairs on the back of my neck to stand on end. I quickened my pace, eager to escape the uneasiness that clung to the night, but no matter how fast I walked, it felt like something was following me, a presence lurking just beyond my line of sight. Suddenly, a distant rumble echoed through the night. It sounded like the hooves of a galloping animal, drawing closer with every passing second. I turned around, but the darkness was impenetrable, hiding whatever approached me. Fear gripped my heart as I realized I was not alone. Out of the shadows emerged a monstrous creature, a rolling calf. Its body was massive, with fiery red eyes that glowed with a malevolent light. Thick black fur covered its hulking frame, and heavy chains rattled around its neck as it moved. The stench of decay filled the air, suffocating my senses. The rolling calf advanced towards me, its heavy hooves pounding the ground with a bone-chilling rhythm. I stumbled backward, desperate to escape its wrath, but the creature was relentless, its gaze fixed on me with an otherworldly hunger. As I ran, the rolling calf matched my pace effortlessly, closing the distance between us with each stride. Its chains clinked ominously, sending shivers down my spine. I could feel its hot breath on the back of my neck, a putrid stench that made my stomach churn. My legs grew weak, my breath ragged. I knew I couldn't outrun this supernatural beast forever. With a surge of determination, I veered off the path, hoping to lose it in the thick underbrush. But the rolling calf was unfazed, crashing through the vegetation, its red eyes fixed upon me. In a last desperate attempt, I stumbled upon a small, dilapidated shack. Without hesitation, I slammed the door shut behind me, my heart pounding in my chest. The rolling calf slammed into the door with an earth-shaking force, but the old wood held for now. I searched the shack frantically, looking for any means of protection. My eyes fell upon a rusted machete hanging on the wall. I grasped it tightly, my trembling hands finding solace in its cold steel. The door groaned under the weight of the rolling calf's relentless assault. With each strike, it threatened to give way, and my heart pounded in rhythm with the creature's attacks. I could feel the desperation creeping into my bones, the certainty that this would be my end. But just as I was about to lose all hope, the pounding ceased. The shack fell into an eerie silence, broken only by the sound of my labored breaths. I cautiously approached the door, my heart still racing, and peeked outside. The rolling calf had vanished, leaving no trace of its presence. The moonlight bathed the path, revealing no sign of the monstrous creature that had haunted me. I stood there, machete still in hand, my mind grappling with what had just transpired. To this day, I can't forget that bone-chilling encounter with the rolling calf. Its malevolent presence lingers in the back of my mind, a reminder that sometimes in the darkest corners of the world, unimaginable terrors await those unfortunate enough to stumble upon them.